we're gonna try to give this Malaysk update a try. So make sure your PX5 and MTCD. If you have a Dasaita Hot Audio V600, it should work just fine. This process used to be a bit convoluted, so yeah, hopefully it's easier with these newer units. So I'm gonna give this a shot. First thing I'm gonna do is hook up my USB. One-handed's always the way to go. Alright. Don't know if anything's gonna happen automatically or I gotta search. But my system update. There we go. I found it. So for Malaysk, you do wipe all data and format flash. So this is probably gonna take a while. Right now it's 7:56, 7:57. It's my Samsung SC Frontier. Pretty great watch. So you can see it's downloading stuff in the background. I still have my secret micro SD hooked up. I just turn my lights on, turn my parking lights on, so it lights up the side so I can kind of see what's going on there. Like I said, I haven't updated a Malaysk ROM in a long time. Probably close to a year. I guess I got November was when I got the Intel Sophia joint. Now it is September, so, and I think I'd switched back to the default join before then, so probably close to a year since I've done a Malaysk ROM update. But like I said, I think it's easier on this system. On the older ones, you had to go to recovery menu, wipe it and flash it and reboot it 2 or 3 times, and it would just hang forever, and then you'd have to reboot it in the middle of a hanging, and it was just maybe it was easier for some people. For me, it was complicated. But the product was great. It was especially Malaysk version 4 for the old for the original MTCD with 1 GB of RAM. So I have high hopes for this one. Right now, I'm just going to do an overview of the install process, so you get an idea of how long this stuff takes. Because I know whenever I install stuff, I haven't watched the video before, I always think it's taking way longer than it should. So I get nervous that I messed up something. Even though, obviously, I don't mess anything up. Right? Like I didn't mess this up. See this install? That's how it's supposed to be. Not really. Alright. 7:59. I'm going to pause it. Come back when that bar is a little further along. Still rolling along here. Just been about 4 minutes or so. I should clarify that how you get these, you have to go to XDA, and then there's I'll put a link in the description. So there's a forum, a post from Malaysk, I don't know how I pronounce it, and that goes to some weird Yandex website. That one you had to sign up for, which I wasn't gonna do. The following post in that same forum, another guy had it on omega.nz, which I've used plenty of times. So I downloaded that. It's about 1.6 gig. It's a little more than that because there's other stuff in there. The file you extract and pull off and put on these USB is 1.6 gig. Just an update IMG file you put on a disk by itself. It says SD card, but I put it on a USB and it seems to be working fine. And I gave, and Malaysk has, if you like this and use it, Malaysk has a PayPal donate. I gave money last year when I used this previous one. And assuming I like this one, I'll give more money again this year. Because, you always want people to help out. So my main goal, there's only 2 problems I had with the Dasaita Hot Audio unit by itself. Well, the stock launcher sucked, but I got rid of that pretty easy. But it can never see the app switcher button, which was annoying. Or you could see it maybe 10% of the time, so it was never there when I wanted it. And my USB problem. Like I said, I don't know what order I'm posting these videos in. USB would not come back from auto sleep. So you come back from auto sleep, and instead of saying seeing USB, it would say it was still ejecting it, or it would say it's corrupted. And the same thing for micro SD. I don't know if changing the ROM will fix that. That could be an MCU issue. I'm not positive, but it sure ain't gonna hurt it to try, no, is it? That's right. Alright, so where are we at now? We're at 8:03. These screens normally take about 30 seconds, but this is an update, so I don't know how long this will take. I think we're surpassing 30 seconds at this point. In the old ones, he changed that original boot up sign to Malaysk. I'm just going to keep recording this, even if I'm messing it up. Because, obviously, if I mess it up, that'll let you see how not to mess it up. Right? Still going. This is boring. Only 1 minute has passed. So, while I'm doing this, I'll talk about, what should I talk about? I'll talk about, I've had Joy, I've had Seikane, and now Dasaita. I'm thinking about getting the Seikane 7.1 because it has auto sleep function, and some people on WranglerForum.com say they weren't having problems with it, but who knows if they're using the same thing I'm using it as, or one guy said he was using it for Spotify, so I don't know if Spotify's messing it works and Google Play's messing it up or whatever it is. All I know, I want it to work how I want it to work. The way I use these head units, as I said in other videos, basically I use Google Maps, which has been crashing like crazy on this one, and Google Play Music. And I have the paid version, so I want to download all my playlists to my micro SD card or USB thumb drive, preferably micro SD. Now, I got about 40 gigs, 41 gigs, whenever all of them download. And I want that to be accessible every time I start the Jeep. I don't want to wait for a reboot every single time I start the Jeep. As much as I love these units, if this doesn't work, or my buddy DJ Quick can't come up with a solution, then it's probably going to head to Seikane. Now, if the Seikane doesn't work, then I gotta see if I can Frankenstein my joining back into one of these plastic frames here. I just don't know if that'll work or not. If that doesn't work, then I'm just gonna give up and go back to Android Auto. Then I gotta decide if I want to get that Sony, which sounded great, or get JVC that has a little bit bigger screen, 0.4 inches bigger screen, because I never used that knob. But then what if the JVC doesn't sound as good as the Sony? See how complicated this is? Or do I want to get that fresh Alpine that has like a 9-inch screen? But it's insane. It's like $1,000 or $1,500. Originally they were like $4,000. That's a lot of money, right? Now, granted, I've definitely spent over $1,000 on these head units so far. But look how much fun we're having. We watch all these videos. Things are just great. Yeah, so this is the point where I start to go, oh man, something's not right. Time check, 8:07. trying this Malaysk ROM. It looks really cool, but the sound and this MTCD dialer works like a champ. Or, well, I haven't really tried it that much, but it seemed to work when I tried it. It's pretty cool, but I get some kind of weird audio sounds. So you're supposed to use this to use that Viper for Android, but I can never figure out how that works. I asked people on XDA, and they explain it the way I don't understand, so I'm just giving up on that, and I'm going to go back to the stock, and I have an MCU update. So I have my thumb drive here that has both the MCU and image file. Alright, so I'm going to plug it in. Alright, so I plugged it in here. We'll see if it recognizes anything. It definitely recognizes the USB. And you can kind of see it lighting up there. That red light's up. There we go. So it automatically found it. I am going to wipe data because I have that Malaysk ROM on there, and we'll see how that works. Ultimately, I'm trying to find some way to get this thing to work with auto sleep, because that's the feature I want. Alright, there we go. So that's what we wanted to see. I'm in a weird predicament. I was going to drive while I did this, but what happens if I put it in reverse? Let's just find out. Goes the camera. That's good. Alright, seems to have no impact on it. That's good. I'm not going to record while I'm driving. 704 on my Pebble. And I'm going to pause this, and we'll see if by the time I get to my destination, if this is working. Alright, being reckless here, but it does go to this screen, which I thought was important. So it's probably hard to see since I am driving and holding the camera very dangerously. But it's doing something. Stuff is flashing. Alright, it said words. Those are always important. That was definitely the MCU update, I believe. Should have been going from 2.59 to 2.61. I don't know what MCU stands for. Maybe microcontroller unit or something like that. I generally think the MCU controls the non-Android parts of the head unit, like volume and Bluetooth and stuff like that. So on the old ones and CD player too. This was a damn CD player course, so hoping that will have something to do with the USB portion. I don't think it will, but couldn't hurt, right? It couldn't make it not read it anymore. So, alright, this is boring. Pausing this. So just time check. It's 7:08. Alright, so 7:14, and it seems to be coming on. So, actually still driving to my destination, so still risking my life for you too. Not really, there's no one on the road, and this takes almost no effort. Boom, look at that. Distracted driving. Alright, yep, there you go. Back to that terrible, it still sees the USB, don't want that. Get out of there. Alright, so back to that terrible interface. It's a weak launcher. Alright, now I'm on pause this. Alright, now I have reached my destination safely, not driving. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is eject this USB because I don't want my updates to keep pumping up. So, let's SD card should be the micro SD card in that hidden slot that I set up. Should be 64 gigs. So let's find our way around this horrible launcher. And first thing we're going to check is the about machine. So let's see, we're on September 1st, which is what we want, and MCU should be 2.611. There we go. Alright, so now we got that set up. Alright, so now let's just make sure it sees my SD card, which I'm sure it does. Let's explore. It doesn't do anything. Settings. And yeah, we got our full storage back, and then my micro SD card is recognized. Alright, so I'll try to set this back up, and we'll see if it treats if it comes back from sleep any better. Alright, it's 8:21. Now starting up. We'll see if it recognizes the micro SD card with the new MCU. Looks like it did. Yeah. Alright, we'll see if that trend continues. So far, so good. MCU 2.61 is the only change I really made.